Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another Wealthsimple TFSA trade portfolio. It is only Tuesday. It's already been quite a week on the market. If you have been watching your portfolio, you know yesterday was a bit of a disaster, I guess would be the best way to say it. Lots of selling off yesterday, lots of drop in prices. But hey, look, it's Tuesday already, so we're getting a bit of a rebound. So I think we're still going to be in for that choppy time ahead, but we are going to be sounding, I guess, like a bit of a broken record going forward, maybe. Sticking with the plan. Again, it's a long-term investment. We're thinking 10 years minimum on this TFSA trade portfolio. I was thinking today, I mean, I'm not going to be retiring, well, unless I win the lottery, I'm not going to be retiring for about another 20 years. So I'm not going to panic. And I think if you're investing, just want to say, stick with the plan. That's what I'm doing. Take a look. It's a perfect time. Keep an eye on your portfolios. Don't just forget about it, but remember your long-term goals. Let's just jump in the portfolio. We'll show you how we're doing. All right, here we are in the Wealthsimple trade app. We're up today a little bit. We were kind of actually up about 1% earlier on today. So it's, you know, a bit of a chop out there today as well, expected after yesterday. But happy to see we're back gaining a little bit from what we lost yesterday. So we'll get through how the portfolio is doing in general, but let's just kind of give a quick overview of how we're doing on the individual stocks and ETFs in my TFSA trade portfolio. BEP.UN, this is one I want to keep adding to. I did mention this in a couple of videos back, some of the core ETFs and stocks that I want to keep investing in during this time for the next little bit to build the positions. Brookfield Renewables is one of those. Now it also has the fractional shares available. So what I'm going to start doing with some of the dividends that do come in from these shares that I can buy fractional shares, I'm probably going to start putting that fractional dividend back into the investment, just to kind of start building it slowly, because it's obviously you don't always have the money to buy a full share or a few shares. That's what I'm going to start to do as the portfolio is building, because I'm starting to get some decent dividends starting to come out. But we are down, unfortunately. Well, we're up a little bit today, 0.02, but we're down 4.12%. We've been down on this one for a while. Nothing major, but I think in the long term, Brookfield Renewables is one that I want to hold. BTC.Y, this one took a hit. If you've been following cryptocurrency market, yesterday was basically a disaster, huge sell-off, not looking good. But again, today up 1.15%, which is okay. But we are down 11.78%. We do have 30 shares. Now I did receive a dividend. I'll go over that in my dividend video, but I did receive one from BTC.Y, which I can't buy a fractional share from. So I actually put it towards, this price was down. So I added one share this morning to the Purpose Bitcoin Yield ETF, which will give us our dividends as well, which is kind of nice. We'll see how that one does over the long term. CMC up 11% today. That one's still way down. We won't even dive into that one. Evolve Cryptocurrencies ETF. This is the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, up 2.28% as of right now. The market, we can refresh this. It is open as I'm filming this, but again, we'll be down on this one, 41.13%. Haven't added into this one. I've got 100 shares of that. I'm going to be starting to put more into the one that gives us some dividends to try and grow the dividends coming in on the account for that one. A little bit of note with ETC. If I read it correctly, Australia is launching an ETF for cryptocurrencies in a couple days, and I believe they're actually using the Evolve ETF as part of their ETF there. So you might want to read into that if you're having any interest in that one. Greenlane Renewables, this one is way down. I want to get more shares of this. I just don't have the funds to put into it right now. Unfortunately, up a little bit today, but we're under $1. And I always kind of say if it's under $1, I want to try and grab some. My goal with Greenlane Renewables is to have 1,000 shares. Once I get 1,000 shares, I'll probably just cut it off and let it sit and wait to see what happens. 800 shares so far. We're down though, up 2.6% today, which is okay, but altogether 36.56%. I think this is a good industry. I think they're going to be starting to hopefully make revenue, start making some money in the future, and I think that one will be hopefully a good one to hold. There's a few people on the channel that really like that share as well. Let me know in the comments if you have any Greenlane Renewables. Obviously not financial advice to go in and put all your money into them, but I find that one interesting. I think in the long term hopefully will pay off. REI.UN, this is RioCan Real Estate Investment Trust. We're down today, and they gave out earnings. So it's always interesting when earnings come out, they make money, but the stock goes down. If someone can answer that question for me, why that happens, I'm guessing it's not enough money. That's why these prices go down, but it's always interesting to see. So we're up only a little bit there, 3.39%, which is okay. But again, we get those regular dividends from RioCan. Happy with that. Buy it. We're going to keep holding this one. We're not making any decisions to sell any of these shares especially while they're down, because of a long-term hold that I'm going to be doing on the on my portfolio. So I'm not too worried about this. We knew this was all coming, so we're just going to keep things as they are. TransAlta Renewables, this one is down today a little bit, but again, our average, I'm going to be adding to this one as well. This is again a long-term play. You can see from my portfolio, I'm very into the renewable energy sector over oil, and I think in the long term this will hopefully pay off in the portfolio. So RNW, that regular dividends coming from that one as well. We're getting those dividends coming in every month, which is nice, and we'll keep adding to that. 39 shares. We're down unfortunately 10% on that one. Solar Alliance Energy, flat for the day. That one's just kind of my play around stock. Nothing really happening with there. SOT.UN, that is a Slate office REIT. This always kind of hovers around this price, up to around $5 it gets up to sometimes. We're down just a little bit on there, 3.81%. There's not any big, huge movements on this one. And again, regular dividends, 99 shares. We'll keep adding to that. It's a good price to get in, and I do like that it gives those monthly dividends to start to build up the portfolio as well. We're starting to really see the dividends start to make really $30 coming in roughly. It was last month. It's nice to see that growth, so that will just kind of that snowball effect in the portfolio. We'll keep investing it and it'll keep compounding in. And that's the goal with the portfolio, is just to slowly build over time. Telus is down a little bit today. So I know Telus is we're down 0.86%. Telus is one of the channel favorites. So maybe down a little bit today, someone might want to grab some more Telus shares. It's always a favorite of the channel. We're up 12%, 12.03%, which is awesome. Still like Telus. It's one of these things where the market's down, you never have money to put into it. Market starts going up and you're like, I wish I would have had more money at the time, but that's just the way that's just the way it is. I think not worrying about timing it though is a good thing, and just to do your consistent, have your budget that I'm putting in, have a budget, invest it when you can. If you see some opportunities at the time, go ahead, take it. But you don't go chasing and putting money into something that you can't afford. Number one, can't afford to lose, and if you need it for other things, you got to pay your bills. So. VDY, this is the two ETFs, the last two, Vanguard Canadian High Dividend Index ETF. That one's always a mouthful. Up a little bit today, 0.36. I really wish they had the fractional shares on this one, because this would be one I would put my dividends back into, but unfortunately they don't yet on Wealthsimple. But we're up 10.06%. That's okay, good, and get some good regular dividends on that one. That one does pay. I had a comment on one of my last videos asking about VDY and VFV. So VDY does pay monthly dividends. If you're watching this and you're looking for a ETF that does pay monthly, they do pay monthly. That's the VFV. This one is quarterly. This is the Vanguard S&P 500 index, up 0.46 today. So it's nice to see the market's up a little bit today, which is nice. A little bounce from yesterday, because yesterday not the greatest. It's one of those things you probably didn't want to open your portfolio and look at it yesterday, unless you were looking to get some good deals on something that you were watching. I know there's a few people I get comments from that love a down bear market, and hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully you had a chance to pick up some of your shares that you saw on sale prices, I guess would be the best way to describe them. But we are unfortunately down it just changed again, 6.22% on the portfolio. That's okay. Again, a long-term hold. We're not too worried about that. We're not selling anything. We're not making any rash decisions. I think that's kind of the best advice I can give. That's the advice I'm taking to myself, is just letting things go, and because we're in for that long term. We have $1.70 left to kind of trade with, but we're going to leave that and not worry about that. Let's just go through how we're doing on the portfolio as a whole. Up a little bit today, 0.72%, which is nice. But again, as you can see on the week, we're down 4.22% on the week with the entire portfolio. And again, on the month, 9.56%. If you've been watching and following along, you'll know that I was just a month ago, it was in the green. So that's the market, you know. But again, 3 months, 8.41%, and 1 year, we are down 9.19%, almost 10%, all time 9.71%. So let's just call it 10% down. We'll see this bounce back. I'm not too worried. Again, not needing this money anytime soon. It's my long-term retirement investment account. So not going to stress, cool as a cucumber, not sweating right now on how the market is doing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know down in the comments below. It's always interesting to see what people are buying, what people are maybe selling, how your portfolio is doing. I always appreciate everybody that comments on the channel. Now, if you've made it this far, aren't subscribed, we're over 850 subscribers right now, which is awesome. So thanks to everybody that has subscribed, joining the channel, following this journey. If you are first time watcher here, what I'm trying to do, I started just over a year ago, back in April, and trying to grow my TFSA portfolio on Wealthsimple, going from $0. I'm trying to go up to $100,000. There's no kind of time frame to do that, just in the long term, slowly investing, slowly building a portfolio, learning as I go here. I've learned a lot the past year, learned a lot from all the comments that people have left, and it's really, really appreciated. So if you aren't subscribed, go ahead, look down below. I always say subscribing is free, and it'd be great to have you join along, follow along this journey, and hopefully we can learn a few things together. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next video.